Alright guys, so I'm going to be going over Pyong on Yidan. This is the third kata. This is for the purple belts moving on to orange belts. And so here is the kata. First of all, before I begin, the hand with my watch is my left hand, and the hand without my watch obviously is my right hand. I'm saying this so that way, as I go throughout the video, you don't get confused on which hand is doing the block, which hand is doing which, because then you can go back and remember that my left hand is the hand with the watch. So with that said, we're gonna start off in the ready stance. All right, now over your right side, you're going to chamber, and as you do that, you're going to look towards your left side. Attacker is on your left. So as you do that, you're going to fold and look. If you're confused on the chamber, all you're going to do is just pull your right hand to a chamber, like you're doing a regular punch. Pull your hand to a chamber, the other hand goes on top. As you can see, it's levitating. I say levitate because I do not want your fist to be touching or for your elbow to be slanted or making contact with your body in any sense. It's levitating right over. This is a side view. All right, so you're here and you fold look. And before I transition, moving on now, you do 3 stances coming up from this point. Back stance, cat stance, and straddle leg stance. So let's go over that real quick before we move on to the first actual move. So you're gonna go ahead, you're gonna step with your left leg into a back stance. 1. Once you do that, you're gonna pull back into a cat stance. Cat stance simply means that you're transitioning from this stance and you slide back. As you can see, my front foot is on tippy toe, both of my legs are bent. Now just because both of my legs are bent does not mean that I have to hunch over. So my back is straight, both legs are bent, just like such. That is a cat stance. And then from there, you're gonna move on to your straddle leg stance, which is in line. Straddle leg stance, with your feet facing forward, just like such. So 3 stances, once again, here we go. You go from here into a back stance with that L position, into a cat stance, and into a straddle leg stance. Future on, going this way, it's the same thing. Back stance, cat stance, and then straddle leg stance. All right, let's move on now. Okay, from here, you're gonna go ahead, fold look. You're gonna cross, and you're going to frame. Now you get confused on the frame. Right hand is a high block, left hand is an outside block. You're protecting yourself from either breaking away from a 2-hand shoulder grab, or you're protecting yourself from a hook, and you're just framing yourself and protecting yourself. This frame is important. So once you're here, this top hand, now you're going to fight back. Top hand does a full circle, and you uppercut. If you notice, my other hand comes right towards my chest, like such. Here, and uppercut. Going right towards the chin, under the jaw. From there, cat stance. Pull back with the same punching hand. You punch to prepare for your last attack. From there, switch into a straddle leg stance, side punch. We went over this as your testing punch, side punch. That is your first 3 moves. Once again, that's the review. For look, you step and you frame. You uppercut, cat stance, and side punch. Okay, I'm going to do it now facing towards the back now so you can follow along. Starting from here, this is my left hand, this is my right hand. I fold look, I step with my left leg and I frame. Top hand uppercut. I'm still in the back stance. From there, cat stance, and in line, side punch. Looking just like such. That is the first section. Second section is going down, it's the same exact thing. Same attacker tries to do the same thing they pull on you, and you're gonna go ahead and do the same exact thing you just did, but the opposites. So once again, here. Now, same thing. Now you have to look, and now you have to chamber. Going towards this direction now. So you're going to chamber. Now my left hand is at the bottom, my right hand is on top. I chamber and I look. Same thing. I step over and I frame. Good back stance as you're doing this. Okay. From there, uppercut with this top hand. Make a full circle. It's kind of like you're winding up. Like you're winding up with that top hand. You want to really make sure that you get time to load up that punch and attack. So from here, load up and punch. You're still in that back stance. From there, cat stance, slide back. Make sure you slide back first. Slide back towards you, same thing, you're about to load up. So you're about to hit him up with that punch and finish up with that side punch. So you're loading back, and a cat stance, on tippy toe with that front foot, and then from there, step side punch. Looking just like such. So already you did the first section with the kata. First section going this way, second section going that way. Okay? Now moving on from here, you're gonna go ahead. There's an attacker, there's two attackers. You got one on your left, one on your right side. You're gonna slide up in that same direction that you just punched. In case you get confused, just point in that direction that you just punched. Point and slide up. Okay? From there, you're going to chamber on your right side. Just how you saw the kata. You're going to chamber on your right side. Double chamber. Chamber here, and look. That attacker that's coming, they're a bit too far away. So you have to turn to face the other way now. Same thing. All I just did from there was just go from my right side, switch over to my left side. Just how I did the first section of the kata. 1, 2, this one's really too close. Now I'm going to double fold. What I mean by double fold is that I'm folding with my hands for a bottom fist attack. Looks kind of like a low block fold, like such, but just bringing this hand over to my stomach. And I'm also folding for a side kick as I prepare. So I'm doing a fold with my hands and with my legs, double fold. From here, I'm going to give them a double whammy. I'm going to punch with my hand, and I'm going to kick with my side kick at the same time, just to make sure I stop them on their tracks. So from here, kick a punch. Now, once I do this, now I have to focus on my next attack. Just like I taught you in Pyong on Showdown with the chops. Okay? I taught you low chops. Now you're going to be doing high chops to protect yourself from the incoming attack. You're going to recoil and fold at the same time. If you try looking at it from the side, I just did 1, 2, here, and now I'm recoiling. Okay? Once I get from this point, I'm gonna land and I'm gonna high chop, like such. Good back stance. Looking just like this. Let's recap from here. So look, frame, uppercut, cat stance, side punch. The same thing the other way. Ready on full look. Step frame. Uppercut. Cat stance. Side punch. From there, next section, slide out fold. You're too far away, switch fold. And you attack with a punch and a kick. Side kick, recoil, land and high chop. Looking just like such. Now I'm going to do it facing the other way so you can follow along. Follow your kata, follow, step frame, uppercut, cat stance, side punch. Same thing the other way, full look, back stance, and uppercut, cat stance, and side punch. And then for the next section, slide up. Over your right side first. Switch. Over my left side now. Double fold, kick. Recoil, land, high chop. Looking just like such. After you do the high chop, that was your block. You protected yourself from the attack. Now you're going to counter. From here, once you did that first chop that we just finished on, you're going to do the same exact thing as an attack. You're going to do T-stance raise. T-stance, raise. This is familiar from Pyong on Showdown. Here, T-stance, raise. Try to make sure you do your perfect T-stance, turning completely sideways. Once you're here, step forward and chop once again. That's your second chop. The attacker's not done. They're going to attack you again. So the next one is a block. T-stance raise again. And once again, you're going to step and chop. Now to finish off the attacker, you're going to finish with a counter. You're going to set the table. You're going to aim. This is you preparing for the attack. Aim. As you do that, you pivot into a T-stance position. Pick up your back foot on tippy toe. From there, step and spear hand. Here. Now, you're aiming towards the cloak. If you realize I'm not chopping, it's a spear hand. I'm shooting straight, kind of like a punch. You don't punch like this. Punch. Except that it's a spear hand. Here. Alright? So once you're here, step and spear hand. Just like such. All in a forward stance. This is halfway to your kata now. Okay? as a recap, going from the side kick, and as you hear, I'm gonna get facing now towards the back. You follow along section. You just did the first part of your kata. Here. Now you're here. Legs are slightly bent. I forgot to mention. Look. Look. Chop. 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 Set the table. And here. And that is part one of this kata. Halfway through.